If you want to start investing in real estate in 2024, then I got you. Hola, I am Violeta, the first-gen real estate investor. I'm dropping tips to help you prepare to start investing in real estate in the new year. Tip number one is do not jump in blindly. Like, I get it. You want to get out there. You're a go-getter. You're ambitious. You're motivated to start investing. Buying real estate, there's so much that you have to learn, and you don't have to know it all, but you want to know a little bit of the whole process and what it is and what goes into it. That way you understand what you're getting yourself into. You know, this is where you hear the horror stories. So make that upfront investment and figure out what it is that you want to do. Learn. You could do this with books. There's podcasts. There are YouTube videos. Like, there's so many resources out there. There's courses and workshops. I've gone to many workshops myself. So if you want to get into real estate investing, you need to understand how real estate makes you money and how, it benefits you to invest in real estate. The first one is rental income in the form of cash flow. And cash flow is really just like what the monthly expenses are for that property, and the rental income that you get, the difference of that's going to be your cash flow. And you can build multiple sources of that each one is a multiple source of income, and you get enough of them and you gain financial freedom. The second one is appreciation. So over time, historically, your property value is going to increase from what you paid. And yeah, the market may go up and down or whatever, but especially now that you hear like overinflated prices and yada yada, that the market's going to crash. But historically, long term, the property values go up, and that's a great way to, build wealth. Number three, if you have a mortgage, then as you pay off that debt, and with rental properties, this is done through your rental income, you start building equity over time, and then you build enough equity, you could end up leveraging that equity to either invest it somewhere else or to, fulfill other lifelong dreams. And number four is taxes. Like, this is the one that people forget about, is that, everything that goes into rental properties, like lots of that stuff you can deduct and help bring down your tax liability. And that means more money in your pocket that you can use for something else or reinvest somewhere. So if you plan to use a loan to invest in properties, well, you need to understand what's in your credit report so that when you are trying to get this loan, there are no like random things that pop up that could, become an obstacle when you're trying to close on a property. Now, you do have access to your credit report once a year at annualcreditreport.com. So check your credit report, start taking action to fix any discrepancies. So that way, when you're out there and trying to buy a property, you get better loan options and you have a smoother closing process. You need to understand your debt to income ratio. And your debt to income ratio is your gross monthly income minus your monthly debts, like, credit cards or a mortgage. And certain lenders want certain percentages for debt to income ratio, because with that, it's going to depend how much they're going to lend you and what the terms are, like, what kind of interest rate you're going to get and how much of a down payment they're going to require. So that's why it's important to start taking steps to reduce that debt to income ratio. So that way, when you are ready to start buying and investing in real estate, you get the best loan options out there. All right. Real estate investing has its ups and downs, and it can get overwhelming. So you really need to start building some resilience and start building a growth mindset. And this is where new real estate investors usually just end up walking away because, they don't have the mindset for it. They hit that first obstacle, they make that first mistake or whatever, and it's too much for them, and they just get scared off and are like, you know what, it's not for me, I'm walking away. Now, the thing is, you do want to make a plan to avoid mistakes and reduce your risk, but you also want to plan for those mistakes And, if you do hit those, you want to have like a process of, learning from those mistakes, figuring out what you did wrong, and, making a plan to avoid that in the future and then bounce back from it. Because real estate investing is not linear. You're going to go up and down and up and down. Like right now, I'm at a down, like to full transparency. But real estate investing is a long-term game. So over time, you're going to find out that you have been building wealth and making money. So what is your goal with real estate investing? Do you want to just gain a few sources of income so you could gain financial stability, or maybe you want to park your cash somewhere instead of savings, so that way it's better protected against inflation? Or maybe you want to buy enough houses and build enough cash flow to where it completely replaces your current income and you gain financial freedom. Or maybe you want to go big and build a large portfolio to where you acquire lots of properties and build lots of wealth that you can leave to your future generation. Either way, these are like some of the questions that you need to ask yourselves before you jump into it, because this is going to help determine what kind of strategy you want to go for, because real estate investing has so many strategies. And, the last thing you want to do is jump right in and then realize later on, once you've invested a lot of money, that you didn't want to be so involved. You wanted to do more passive, or maybe you didn't want to do like fixer uppers. You want more turnkey properties, or you want to do Airbnbs versus, long-term rentals. There's so many things to think about. So the first thing before you even start looking and get tempted to go all over the place, figure out what it is that you want. So one of the things that stops a lot of people from investing in real estate is that their market is crap. I am in San Diego. Like, there's no way I could invest here, like, and buy a duplex or any type of investment, because it's really out of reach for me because everything's so freaking pricey. And this might be the case with you, like your area, your local market might be out of range for you for what, properties are going for in the rental market in that area. But here's the thing, markets are different in different cities, even sometimes in different neighborhoods. And you really just gotta go out there and look for these markets. And sometimes you even gotta go to a different state. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm investing in a different state and buying duplexes, because in that area, I can find duplexes and multifamily properties for way much cheaper than San Diego. And, it's more achievable for me. And the rental market is still high enough to still make positive cash flow. But don't let your local market stop you from investing in real estate. Get out there and find a market that fits your needs.